Welcome to another episode of Prioritize. They accomplish while you drown in lists. It's difficult to juggle your responsibilities. Husband, father, brother. It goes on, but your energy doesn't.
You pondering what I'm pondering?
Prioritize what's right for you, not what's left behind. This is Prioritize with Toby Baker.
You'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel.
So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the program. Glad you're with us. It is the Prioritize podcast. Here we talk about faith, family, relationships, and more. I am your crazy white fat host, the Baker Boy himself, and here today, believe it or not, in the lovely 5-star accommodations of Baymont, in the galactically cool resort out in Highland Deep, otherwise known as Highland, Illinois. I'm here with a very special guest, a friend of mine, a colleague, and a mentor, Mr. Andrew James. Andrew James, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Toby. Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Hey, glad you've been able to join us. Sorry you have to go so soon. We'll get to you next time.
All right, thanks.
Hey,
appreciate it.
glad you were able to be with us. So
It's all the time I can spare.
It is. I mean, you're such a busy guy. You have
Right.
so much going on. Like before we were doing this, you had the pizza, right? We had pizza.
Pizza, yes.
And it's not poo-poo pizza. I mean, this was top shelf, but it wasn't Giordano's.
You're right. Or
But it was still, it
Illuminati's.
wasn't the Lou's.
Right.
Wasn't the Illuminati's. But it was still, I mean, it wasn't like Mazio's, which is the
Not quite Mazio's, but
round dish, some extra cheese on top, and let's call it a deep dish, otherwise known as the Highland Deep.
I believe, quote unquote, somewhere between hand tossed and deep dish.
Somewhere between here and the garbage can, I think.
Yes.
It wasn't terrible. I mean, I don't know if I want that as a review on my box when I'm delivering a pizza.
Right.
And I say, hey, it's not terrible. The best pizza under one roof.
Yeah.
Pizza. Mazio's. It's not terrible. You could stomach it for a while.
It was,
Until you
it was
can't.
good enough for road food. Yeah.
It worked. It worked. So, and I'm glad you brought up the whole thing with pizza, because that's part of what we want to talk about today with Prioritize.
Did I bring that up?
You did.
You brought that up. But okay.
No,
Okay.
I'm really, I mean, it's like you say it before I even get to it. It's almost like we're on the same page. Like you got the notes before I even gave you the notes.
We're on a wavelength here.
Yeah, it's amazing. I want to talk about weight loss a little bit. You've done a fantastic job with it. I've been on this kind of weight loss journey. I've kind of teeter-tottered a little bit. I remember when I was a kid, Andrew, my mom would get these boxes. She would store them in the cupboard. I mean, she had boxes of this stuff they called Metafast.
Okay.
Now, back then, as I recall, it was a white box. Then they completely revolutionized. I mean, they brought in some serious graphics artists. And then it became a white and a brown box.
Wow.
They, with the splash of color, gave it, it was...
I can imagine.
Now, it did not necessarily help the people lose the weight any faster, better, keep it off. But it did make them feel better about themselves when they were utilizing the Metafast. So she utilized this Metafast for the better part of like 3 decades. This was a powder that went into a shake with water, I think maybe ice. And, back then... I just remember like constantly every single morning, but I don't know that it ever really worked for her.
Okay.
And here's the thing, because when you talk about weight loss, I think a lot of this just has to do with us. It has to do with what am I putting in my mouth, and am I actually doing any kind of exercise?
Right.
Because I remember years ago I was in a ministry full time, and I was out in the car. I'm like, man, I'm down in 2 hamburgers and fries. I just got to start. I just got to start. That's what I'm going to do.
Yep.
I just got to start losing weight. And then I heard this little voice kind of mocking me. You ever heard this voice before? It said this. It said, when you honestly want to, then you will. And I was like, look, I'm looking behind the seat. Like, that was really insulting. I didn't ask for that. There I am, very innocently mowing down 2 burgers and fries and probably a nice sugary soda. And I'm thinking to myself, I should lose some weight. But it's true.
It is true.
And that's what I didn't want to face, is that when I really want to, when I honestly want to, then I will. When I change what I'm putting into my body, when I change, if I'm going to do some exercise, if I'm going to go for a walk. Here's the amazing thing. We have these bodies that are designed so incredibly. We never take advantage of most of it. I've been told by several people, I'm only using like 0.5% of my brain. Most people use 10% of their brain. So I have all this potential.
I believe that.
You believe it?
I believe it.
I'm not sure if you're like insulting with a knife on the side, you can't really see it coming, or if you're complimenting.
Yeah, I love you.
Oh, I feel the love. I really do.
So you're right. If you really want to, you will. And that goes for everything, right? I mean, if you want to quit smoking. If I really wanted to quit smoking, I would.
So you're saying you don't want to?
I don't think I should. I'm a smart guy. I know it's bad for my health, but I do it anyway
You're a
because
smart
I enjoy
guy.
it.
It does kind of inhibit your health.
It does. Yeah.
You can't run the Indy 500, the Boston Marathon like you used to.
No. Well, I'm from Chicago, so it's the Chicago Marathon. But yeah,
They got one of those in Chicago.
They do. Yeah, it's in
Nice.
October. Yeah, but there's at least 3 people that keel over from heart attacks every year.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah.
It's because it's in October.
I don't
Like
know.
if they held it in a different month.
Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. August, perhaps.
You know what would make easier to do the running marathons? If they got on bikes or even motorcycles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you don't have to exert the effort,
I think that defeats the purpose.
which is the purpose of...
Achieving something physically on your own without motorized help.
You know, I used to work in a factory, and at that point in time, I was thinking, you know what? Now is the time to change my diet. So for the next few months, I lived on pepperoni, turkey from the deli, apple slices, and I think an orange every now and again during the lunchtime. I would watch guys come into the vending, the lunchroom, right? And they would pop in $2, $4 for a Monster. They'd go out to the yard where they got the smoking tent. They'd smoke through half a pack of cigarettes down the Monster, and then at the next break they'd do the very same thing. And I'm thinking to myself, how much money do you expend every single day? What are you putting into your body at that point? Now, can I criticize them for doing it? No, absolutely not. Because somebody far more healthier than me can look at me and say, Tob, why are you ingesting 3 slices of pizza, 2 hamburgers, French fries? Don't you know that you are what you eat? Don't you know that the fuel that you put in your body is exactly what you're going to get out of it? Now, am I making an argument for willpower? Absolutely not, because I fully understand and realize there are people out there without the medical capacity to move like you and I do, and I'll accept that. There are, however, several people out there like me and you who could lose the weight if we made the change, if we decided, if I prioritize, you know what, I'm going to go back to paleo. I'm going back to meats and fruits and veggies. So that's what I've decided to do. I did that mid-January, and to date I've lost 10 pounds. I will be 200 pounds by June 1st, maybe even of this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm on a journey.
I'm sure, me buying you pizza, force feeding you 3 slices isn't helping that.
I'm glad you recognized it was force feeding. I mean, I do have some muscle tone, but you're a big dude. And when you say, Tob, you want some pizza? I'm like, okay, stop breaking my arm. Right?
Right. Well, and I wasn't always this felt Adonis of a figure that you see in front of you.
Sometimes I mistake you for Chris Hemsworth. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, once upon a time. So my personal story back years ago, I was pushing 280, 285. I had made it a priority.
Were you
at that
pushing
time.
285 uphill both ways barefoot in the snow?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, every winter. Yeah. Yeah.
A beast.
But that was just because I was walking uphill both ways in the snow.
Nobody does that anymore.
No. They call it Uber now.
An Uber.
Yeah. But in any case, I was pushing 280, 285, and I decided I needed to do something. I worked in a company that had me going to different floors, helping different IT and audiovisual users. I made a conscious effort, instead of taking the elevator when I had to help somebody, I would take the stairs. I cut out all sugars for the most part.
That's huge.
Yeah, well, that was really huge.
It is.
Because I'm a coffee holic, right? I know kind of you are too.
I love coffee.
Yeah, with your little AeroPress,
Yeah.
you have to have your coffee.
I drink it mostly black.
Right. I did not.
Yeah.
At the time, I've kind of faltered, kind of gone back the other way a little bit. But anyway, at the time, I cut out all sugars, all sweeteners. I started using some artificial sweeteners in my coffee to kind of wean me off the sugar.
Now, was that easy to do?
Yeah, well, with the artificial sweeteners, yeah.
I mean, cutting out all the sugar and cutting out all
Yeah,
the
I would
other
do.
sweets.
I would do diet soda if I had a soda. Otherwise, I would do tea or water.
Why did you want to do that?
I just wanted to feel better about myself.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah. In a matter of 8 months, I dropped 60 pounds.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
You made the decision.
Mm-hmm.
You decided, and I think that is so critical today. Is that I waver back and forth. Well, I really want to lose weight. I really want to get back into the gym. I really want to get to that place on time. And I think, no. It's when we decide.
Right.
That is the powerful moment when we take grasp and we take responsibility for what it is that I shovel into my mouth, just like you did.
Just like the voice from the back seat
Oh, that
earlier
stupid voice.
said, when you really decide to, you will.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what happened to me. Now, that was many years ago, and those many years, over that period of time, I've kind of fallen back into old habits, so I'm not as fit as I used to be. Of course, age has something to do with it. The COVID lockdowns had a lot to do with it. When we first met a year and a half ago, or a little over a year ago, I don't feel I was as heavy as I am sitting in front of you right now.
Gained some COVID-20 through the COVID-19.
Exactly.
Understood.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I got it.
I know my wife wants to. I want to. I think we're at a point where we're at a juncture where we're deciding that we need to get fit again.
Yeah.
I'm interested, though, to see if my methods from before are going to work similarly, like just cutting out sugars and exercising more, because I'm older. This was at least 12 years ago when I did that for the first time. So,
But you got the same body, just a little bit older.
Yeah.
And I truly believe you can do that because your DNA, your body chemistry has not necessarily changed, just your motivation for doing so.
yeah, but with age, metabolism slows down.
True.
So,
So it's going to be more difficult. It's a matter of, is that a priority for you?
right.
It's a priority for me. My wife and I were going someplace nice and warm come July.
Where are you going?
We'd be off to Jamaica, man.
Oh, no.
Didn't I tell you everything
No.
going to be Irie?
No, you
We're going
you
to
didn't say
Jamaica.
a word.
I never said that. Shame on me.
Wow.
I know. We're stoked. I got to be. My wife tells me this. She says, "Husband of mine, you are incredibly gorgeous." I mean, she's always saying it. In big crowds, it's really embarrassing. Really, I said, "Look, just you can't. It's not appropriate. we're at a funeral. Let's tone it down. She says, I want you to be able to fit back into your birthday suit. I haven't put that thing on, and I don't know how long. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I'm guessing there's some bulges here and there. So I've made it a priority. I've written down some goals, and here's what I think. In addition to making the decision, deciding that you make it very clear, set a deadline, and write down some steps. So I wrote down, I will be, not I want to weigh. So I heard a pastor, Craig Rochelle, talking about this. He said, instead of saying, I'm trying to lose weight, we say, I am training to lose weight. It is a mind shift. It's that switch. It's saying, I'm trying to stop smoking. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to get to church on time. But no. I am training to lose. I will lose the remaining 20 pounds. I was at 230 when I started this. That's a lot. That's too much for Toby. So I will lose those pounds. I will be at 200 pounds by June 1st, 2021. So I wrote it down. I got the deadline. I'm taking measurements. Here's another thing. I was talking with a buddy of mine 2 weeks ago. He's doing the same thing. We didn't even know it. We didn't talk about it. This isn't stuff that guys get together and talk about. AJ, you know what I'm starting? I'm starting to diet, man. Isn't that great?
Hey, congratulations!
I know, right?
I was going to do that too.
So exciting! Yeah, well, like we don't really do that.
Hey, do you have to go to the bathroom? Let's go to the.
Should we go together?
Yeah.
Let's ask John too. Hey, John. You know, the accountability is good. Then I wrote down some steps. What can I do to accomplish that? Well, I can fast on Tuesdays. I can go back to meats and fruits and veggies all throughout the week. That is primarily what I consume. Come on the weekend, I relax the standards a little bit, but come Monday morning, boom, we're right back on it. Fasting on Tuesdays, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it is all... it's all straight up paleo. Plus, we are on the elliptical 3 times a week. I'm drinking 70 ounces of water every single day. So we're flushing the system because, for so many other reasons other than just, Jamaica in July.
We should probably point out right now for your listeners that we are not medical professionals, and you should not take any of this as any sort of advice for weight loss for yourself.
True.
Consult a physician before you begin any weight loss regimen.
Or fitness consultant. Yeah, I'm not a doctor.
PSA
apparently
over.
You're not a
Sorry.
doctor.
Yeah.
So good. Thanks for throwing that out.
Yeah, no problem.
But I think your why has to be bigger than your sandwich that you're craving for the few minutes or seconds that you're like, oh man, some French fries could be good right now, but I want to look good in Jamaica. Yeah. Pizza sounds really good. However, I want to fit back into the jeans that I did. So yeah, I think the reason why has to be big. You want to keep that in front of you for the whole time that you're on the journey, the whole time that you're training in the weight loss.
Well, there's a lot of platitudes that can be thrown around. Eye on the prize, keep the end in mind, that sort of thing. But,
sure.
You have to keep that goal in front of you at all times. It's too easy to stray.
Right, and then do something each and every day that gets you closer to the goal.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the goal just keeps walking away from you that much farther.
For sure.
Andrew, thanks so much for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me. This has been a blast.
Absolutely. You guys got questions on priorities, on prioritizing health, weight loss, fitness, maybe even on prioritizing the late Andrew James. You can shoot me. Well, he's still alive. Yeah, no worries. No worries. Shoot me a message over at me@tobybaker.life.